stuffing is something we all know that Google doesn't like that we are putting the keyword, stuffing it up in the main business.
If you have a GBP, you'll get more calls.
Yes. Someone, hey, just go and take these leads and give me the money straight away.
Good with the schema and the PPNs and the backlinks on the on page. End of the day, we are talking to a human being.
Optimizing GBP and optimizing the web page is all we need to do.
I'm just a website guy.
Yeah.
And I have a website which I put about painting.
So selling the leads, what I've seen is one of the biggest hurdle most of the rank and rent guys have.
Are you a marketing guy? Are you trying to sell me? What exactly are you? Right?
Welcome to today's episode of the Agency Growth Lab, and today I'm thrilled to have Saravanan Ganesh with us, a well-known GBP and local SEO expert and the mastermind behind One Key Solutions digital marketing agency. So in today's episode, we will deep dive into Saravanan's incredible journey in SEO, the current SEO GBP landscape, focusing on what's working and what's not, and most importantly, we will cover how he is attracting new clients for his agency and building a strong client retention with them. Welcome to the show, Saravanan. It's great to have you here, ready to dive into the secrets of local SEO with you. And how are you doing today?
Awesome. Thank you, Rohin. I'm excited, man. Excited to, share as much as possible. Watch some of the videos in your channel. You have a great channel. So good work.
Oh, thanks for that. I still remember the days. I mean, I think we first met, that was just before COVID. There were a few discussions we were going on together in a group with someone. I remember. I won't name that company, but yeah, that's so it's been a long time, and I've seen a lot of success story of yourself, how you're running such a big local SEO group as well. And so it's incredible work you're doing it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So yeah, so I always believe like everything starts with a story, So how did you get first into the SEO? How did that happen?
So I'm originally from Sri Lanka. I was born there, but from the age of 4, I grew up in India.
Okay.
And then 22 years ago, I came to US to study. Graduated. I was working in General Motors, the car company.
Yep.
This was 2014 time, after working for a few years. It's 10 years ago now.
Yeah.
I was, always looking to make money, So I was an engineer in General Motors, but always looking to make money and all that. And I don't know if you know Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor is he has written books on the law of attraction and personal development. And I was in his email newsletter, and I get an email from him one day about, just a marketing email. I didn't know that at that time. It was making $100,000 a month with a secret skill. I was like, wow, $100,000 a month, right? And I want to make money. I want to make 5,000 extra. So it was a webinar, and they basically sold an SEO course. And I remember it was like a $6,000 or $7,000 course, and I didn't have money to buy that, even though I was working as an engineer and master's degree and all that. But I put it on a credit card. I bought the course, and that's how I got started. So it was I didn't even know what it was. Up until then, I did not even know what a WordPress website was.
Oh yeah.
That's how it was. Yeah.
Trust me, every SEO I've come across, they're always having some kind of like an exciting story to share. And so yeah, now some of them, they got ripped up from the other SEOs. Then they thought of to actually start their own companies.
Exactly, yes.
Some of them, they looked around and they built out a site, but they were not really sure how to do traffic for the site. So this is how they started. So like I said, everyone was having a story. So yeah, no, it's good one. So let's talk about the rank and brand strategy. I know this is one of the strongest part as well. So when it comes to rank and brand, there are a lot of questions always come across. So how did you choose? Do you normally go about rank and brand niches? I mean, like, do you go after the broad niche, or do you go after a micro niche kind of thing, or you simply go after your gut feeling?
So over time, I kind of perfected a system where we can rinse and repeat. It all started again. So just going off of that story, right? So now I had a job, and I had some local SEO clients, after 2-3 years there. I was doing pretty decent. And then one time I remember, so my parents live in Australia,
Yeah.
even though I'm based in the US. So I go there, to spend some time with them. And in the middle of the night there, which is daytime here, my locksmith client calls me. My phone is ringing again and again. So it's like middle of the night, I call him. He's screaming. His GMB is down. His website is down as a local SEO client. And then I remember like 3 or 4 a.m. in Australia, I'm opening my laptop and figuring out what went wrong, what happened. And after that, I was like, I can't only have local clients because every client can become a bad boss kind of a thing.
Yeah.
So I come back and I start looking into, okay, we have the skill of SEO. How can we, instead of just having local clients, what can we do? So I looked into affiliate marketing, e-commerce SEO, all of that. And I stumbled upon Rank and Rent. This was like 2015, 16 timeframe, maybe. I started a couple of websites of my own, did all the work, ranked them, started getting calls. And it was a pretty decent success right away. So I went down the route. But to answer your question right now, so we have quite a few websites. I now have a Facebook group where I teach this stuff, a lot of people. Over time, I always say I have now with experience, I have a lot of websites and a lot of niches and cities and all that. But if you are new, even if you are not new, I always recommend the way I go into Rank and Rent is I tell them don't go after the usual niches, right? Most people are behind the plumber, the HVAC guy, or they go after the dentist and the lawyer because they think they have money, which is true. And then they also go after the big cities like New York, Dallas, and all that. My strategy is to go after the smaller cities, like unheard of cities. Just Google list of cities and find population 100,000 to 150,000, maybe 200,000. And the unheard of niches, like even the drywall repair guy in a small city like Franklin, Tennessee, he needs leads, customers, right? A home insulation guy or a painter, I mean, there's so many other niches where you can literally go into in smaller cities. And there's so many cities in the US, in everywhere. And that's my strategy. You can easily, without doing a lot of work, Rohin, you can rank the website and or a GMB listing, GBP, and be able to rent it for easy 500 to 1,000 a month. Right. So that's my strategy. And once you get better, you can have a plumber in Chicago. It may take a lot more time, but this is so much easier for a quick $500 to $800 a month, rinse and repeat. That's my strategy.
So that takes me to the next question, because most of the time when I come across these kind of things, the people, they complain that, hey, they have ranked the site, the GBP as well, but they are unable to actually sell the leads. So the selling the leads, what I've seen is one of the biggest hurdle most of the rank and rent guys have got at the moment. And then they ended up try to rent the site. So selling the leads, number one. When that doesn't work, then they rent out the site. When that doesn't work either, because maybe they don't know how to justify the efforts they're putting in front of that person, then they just go about sell out the sites. They say, okay, just I want to sell it out the site. If you guys want to take it. I see like so many posts every single day in the Facebook groups where the people say that I tried a lot, didn't work, and then I sold it off. So what do you want to say about that?
That's a great question. It's very common. So just a background, my very first website, I was not able to rent it out. It was a limousine niche. I was getting a lot of calls. I gave it for free to 3-4 different limousine companies, and they were not ready to buy or pay for the leads, right? So then I went into a different niche. So 2 to 3 different things I have to cover here. Number one, when you do your due diligence, the niche and the city, the industry and the city, we look for a couple of things. Okay, are there people running Google guaranteed lead ads? Is there enough enough contractors that are paying for leads, to Home Advisor or Google guarantee lead ads, things like that. That's number one. But to answer your question, the biggest thing is a lot of people, right? They think, oh, I can learn some SEO from some course or some YouTube channel and make money. You maybe can, but what I find is the vast majority of people, they may actually be good at ranking, but the business skills of talking to a contractor or a local business and adding value and renting it out, that is where they get stuck at. So I have a coaching program, 500 plus people. I saw this a year and a half ago, and then by nature an introvert, I would say, engineering background. Given a choice, I like to just be me and Google. I don't want to talk to people,
Yeah.
That's why we get into rank and rent, passive income. But I realized that a lot of people could not do that. And so I went down the rabbit hole of, okay, how can we solve this for the common man, not for the gung-ho sales guy, but the common person.
Yep.
I tried Facebook ads, we tried cold calling, we tried cold emailing, everything. Long story short, over time, I've developed a cold calling script.
Yep.
Where you can ease, and we've done this live so many times in my Facebook group, through my clients, we landed clients live.
Absolutely.
Where if you do your homework and find the way we show you the low-hanging fruit, right?
Yep.
Then you make a call, which is not salesy. The script, actually, I'll give it away. It goes something like, hey, let's say painter, right? Hey, painter, I call and then I ask a question like, do you do painting in Franklin, Tennessee?
Yep.
Right? Stupid question. He's a painter. Of course. He said, yeah, of course. How can I help you?
Yeah.
And right away I say, I'm not a client, but I'm wondering if you can accept clients, if I can refer some clients to you.
Mm-hmm.
And usually one of two things happen. Number one, they may say, yes, sure, send it over. Yeah. The most common answer is, are you a marketing guy? Are you trying to sell me? What exactly are you? Right? Yeah. So I tell them, hey, it's an interesting situation. I'm not a painting company. I'm not a marketing sales guy. I'm just a website guy. Yeah. And I have a website which I put about painting. Yep. In Franklin, Tennessee. And that's getting calls. It's coming to my phone number. Like I said, I'm not a painter. I'm just looking for a painting company to send these leads to. Can you take on new jobs?
Oh, yes.
And then most of the time they'll be like, yeah, sure, right? Yep. In that same call, when I ask the question, half the contractors, local business, they'll say, of course, sure. And if you send me jobs and we make money, I'll make sure you make money. They say that without me selling anything. Yep. Half the time, if they don't say that, then I say, okay, great. I ask them a couple of questions just to build rapport. What do you do? Do you do any paid ads? And they say Home Advisor, because I found them on Home Advisor usually. And then I say, oh, Home Advisor leads suck. And they say, absolutely. We just build some rapport. And then I say, okay, I'm going to send some calls here. Last quick question, long term, not right away, next 2-3 months. If I send you consistent customers, yep, and if you make money, do you think we can work out something that I can give a percentage? Then they'll be like, most of the time they'll be like, sure, if you make me 10,000, I'll be happy to give you 10%. Yep. Or I'll pay you $50 a lead, something like that. So it's all about easing into it. Yep. Right? Because what SEO guys, especially, we are so good at ranking and we are so good with the schema and the PBNs and the backlinks and the on page. End of the day, we are talking to a human being. And one more thing you have to realize is these local contractors, business owners, they've been burnt by so many marketing companies. Yep. Every day they get cold emails and cold calls from at least a dozen local marketing companies saying, pay me this, I'll send you leads. Pay me this, I'll rank you. Pay me this, I'll do this. Yep. And they've paid and they've not gotten any value and delivered. Right? Yeah. So when I go this way and say, no, I'm not looking for any money now. I just have these customers looking. I'll send it to you. If you make money long term, do you think we can work out something? I provide value. I actually give away 2, 3, 4, 5 leads for free. Yep. Right? Once he knows that my leads are valuable, they are good. These are customers actively searching in Google for painting or tree or whatever. Right? They're good, right? He is ready. And then I go into, okay, let's work out a deal.
Oh, yes.
That's how it is. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's actually a very different approach, because rather than just telling someone, hey, just go and take these leads and give me the money straight away, it's just like building up a rapport, have more trust going on before we actually can ask them for money. Because see, it's a human nature. We are humans and we are talking to humans as well, that if they see it like they are good calls and they see it that that I'm getting business as well, so they're gonna be more serious to talk to us as well. And why would we use? Because every business need leads. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a very solid point, I would say. So let's come to the GBP, which is your another core area. Sorry. So do you actually think, Saravanan, that ranking a GBP, and sorry, not the ranking, I would say ranking is a different thing, but optimizing GBP and optimizing the web page is is all we need to do to get us to the top in search engines. Is that what you mean?
Yeah. So in the local space, if you have a GBP, you'll get more calls.
Yes.
Okay. The biggest mistake I see people making is, and even local businesses and SEO marketers, right? I get this question all the time in my Facebook group. They say, I don't care about website. Can you just rank or optimize the GBP?
Optimize
And you can rank only the GBP or optimize only the GBP, and it can get some calls.
Yep.
Right? But you're only, most of the time, these people are thinking narrow, and they're saying, my main keyword is tree service Chicago or whatever city, right? And so if I optimize my GBP, I'll rank. I get a lot of reviews, I will rank. Yes, maybe you can, but you're only ranking with that keyword.
Okay.
To rank one GBP, and we've done this, we've shown examples of this, right? To rank one GBP for multiple keywords in the map pack, you need to build out your website. You need to optimize your website. Yes. In my opinion, and I've tested this a lot, 50 to 70% of the GBP maps rankings depends on the optimization of the website.
Yes, that's exactly I was going to ask. So it's just not the GBP. We need to optimize the GBP, have to optimize our landing page as well, the location landing page, service landing page, to get a better ranking for the multiple keywords in 3-pack.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
So one single thing won't really a very optimized way of doing that. Okay.
And I have videos in my YouTube channel where I show examples in my own rank and rent one city. Okay. Tree removal, I have a rank and rent in Toledo, Ohio. It's like a 250,000 population.
Yep.
When we search for tree service, 3 results come up. Then tree removal, Toledo, 3 results come up.
Yep.
The same 3 results. When you search for stump grinding, only the one guy comes up and 2 other guys come up. And if you take that one guy who's coming up for all these different services in the map pack, he has done a lot of work in his website, not just GMB, compared to the other 2.
Yep.
Right. And this is one example. Yeah. So you're right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So let's shift gear to something a lot of people actually struggle to, which is optimizing GBP for the service-based industry, I would say. So when it comes to service-based industry, we are doing the work and we see on a grid map that we are number 2 up here, but the next location is we are number 9, which is like maybe half a mile away only. And the underneath that one, which is another half a mile in the south, could be like we are position number 5. We are position number 2 at this point, number 9 over there, half a mile down, we are number 2. How do you go about optimizing those particular locations for those longitude and latitudes in reality? I mean, like, how do you?
Yeah, good question. So a couple of things here. Number one, again, it comes down to website. Okay. At least that's how I do it. When I put up my website, let's say it's one city, my main city. Okay. I still put what I call location pages, at least a 30-40 mile radius where my contractor can drive. I want to rank in the map pack. I put these location pages. Okay. In that location pages, I put map embed of that city, not GMB. Okay. So I have Chicago as my main city. My GMB is in Chicago, but 30 miles away, 20 miles away is a different city I want to rank. It may be a smaller suburb, right? I put map embed. So whatever we can do, there's a lot more you can do on the website. But one thing recently I've seen is Google is moving a lot into IP-based, location-based, geo-based rankings when it comes to maps. It's always been the case. It's a lot more now we are seeing. So you searching from where you are staying right now, you may see the top 3 are very close to you. And if you move to a different thing and search the top, the GMB address plays a big location also. But over time, here is what I've seen. What you put on your website tells Google what to rank you for. Okay. So in your website, you put all the location pages. Google knows, okay, even though this main guy and his GMB is in the one main city, these location pages he's going, there's some relevance is there. What you do outside your website, and by that I mean backlinks and all that, to build up the power, tells Google how high to rank you, organic and map pack.
Okay, got it.
So there's a lot of smaller things, right? When it comes to the GMB itself, sometimes we even tested reviews where, let's say, our GMB is in one city. In the review, and we, full transparency, sometimes put fake reviews, right? So in rank and site, so we put saying, hey, I'm in a suburb of this city, in this city. and I hired this guy. He did a great job. And then we reply from that GMB saying, thank you, it was great driving to your location in this city, and we thank you for your job, whatever, right? Put some like that, right? So end of the day, Google is a bot. You want to give as many signals as you can to let Google know that we are relevant for free service in this city also.
But right? I was talking about not the city as such, the half a mile away only, where the latitude actually does get changed. So in that particular location, obviously there is no city location pages we can put it in. But yes, is that just happen?
Oh, in the same city you are moving around.
Same city, just half a mile away.
Half a mile, yes. That, in my experience, comes down to the power of the website. Okay, when I say power, you build out the on-page, everything. But how many keywords your website is ranking organically? That will help you. Okay. It's almost, think of it like Amazon, right? And that's how I actually reverse engineer Amazon or big. If you search for handyman in any city, this MrHandyman.com will always come up in the map pack and organic. And if you reverse engineer them, that's how I found these out. So a couple of things: build out the website as much as you can. Then we do something called My Map Embed. Not sure if you heard of it. Okay, in certain low competition, you may not need it. Medium, high competition, you may need it. It's just driving directions. Yeah, you may know it. Driving directions from different cities. So end of the day, again, signals to Google. Not sure where this is coming from. The sound. But end of the day, you get the signals to Google where you're driving from this end of the city to your GMB, this end of the city to all of those, and that will help.
Okay. So there is, yes, that actually makes sense, that there is no hard, fast way as such to tell and push Google that, hey, I'm number 2 up here, that why I'm number 9 half a mile away. But it's like sending out the different off-page signals with that latitudes, basically. We can try to pass on the data to Google that, hey, I'm a real business who actually serve this particular area as well. You know what I mean? So that's actually next question comes down is the keyword stuffing, and the keyword stuffing is something we all know that Google doesn't like that we are putting the keyword, stuffing it up in the main business one. They don't really feel it very good, and sometimes they suspend the the GBPs as well. So what else do you actually think that does over optimizing the business name and profile description can get the GBP suspended as well?
I have never seen over optimizing the description getting suspended.
Okay.
If you want to rank it for multiple keywords, I always go and optimize the website with as many keywords as possible, long tail, related, all of that. Google is so advanced. You can mention your main keyword once, that's it. You don't even have to, and then you put all the related keywords and secondary keywords and long tail keywords, it'll help with the maps ranking also.
Yeah, true.
In terms of getting it suspended in the GMB, that has not suspended. I've seen lot of other stuff can suspend the GMB.
Okay, but GBP, not that it's overstuffing them. Okay, now that's in good sense. And then it comes down to the reviews portion, because there are a few things which I've seen from my personal testing as well. I'm sure you've got a wealth of knowledge on this thing too, that reviews play a very important role as well. How the put and the frequency of the reviews, and how many reviews the other competitors have got. That is kind of a factor, I would say, that maybe it is. So let's talk about the reviews a little bit. So many people, they do struggle to actually get the reviews. They go over to the place, they get the job done, but then when it comes to reviews, we didn't make it, or we forget it. Is there any kind of like an automated way you suggest to your people or to whom your followers that, hey, use this particular way to do it?
So when you already have a contractor, and I'm going to show you what we do, if I can find it. So when you already have a contractor, you have to understand these rank and rent sites, right? When you have a contractor, they are good at their paint job, all that. They may not be good at their marketing or to get reviews and all that. Okay.
True.
So I'm in Michigan. I have quite a few rank and rent sites in Michigan. As much as possible, I give them a QR code like this.
Okay.
Right. So a lot of these guys, they are still old school. They want touch and feel. They still go print advertising, So I tell them after every job you do, just give this and write that as they're paying, tell them, take your phone and scan this QR code. It'll take
And
you to your,
this,
Google review. Just
yes.
leave it right there,
Oh,
right?
yes, yes.
We also use Go High Level. And we send an automated text or this thing with a link to the review, right? So it goes there, they leave a review. That's what we do with real reviews.
Yep.
And then we do a couple of things to get some fake reviews, to be honest.
Yes, 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 yes,
Yeah.
yes. I actually came across a very, there was a good app. I need to recognize the name, and they do it. They do have the same QR code kind of thing as well. So what they have done, a kind of a logic behind that, that if you try to scan it, if you want to put it like a 5-star review, it goes directly to Google. But if you put it like a 1
Yes,
or 2-star, that goes into their panel.
exactly.
So
I've
they're
seen that.
actually
Yes.
manipulating the entire thing with the
Yeah,
QR
yeah.
code itself. So yeah,
I've
that's
seen that. Yes.
yeah. So
When Google makes reviews a high ranking factor, people are
yes.
going to be forced to do all this.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, true. It is required. So what do you suggest to the people to handle the negative reviews on their GBPs? And I mean, like what kind of strategies they can use to encourage the customers to not to leave these kind of reviews or turn them into
We
customers?
can't encourage customers. You know how customers are, right?
Oh yeah.
If they leave a bad review, most likely the contractor has done a bad job.
Oh yeah.
Okay. But if you get, sometimes I see, we don't even know if he was not a customer or maybe a competitor leaving a review, a negative review. We can appeal to Google, report to Google, but usually I tell contractors, end of the day, a customer who's searching for you, they find you in the map pack or wherever, right? They're going to go through your reviews. If you have 50 good reviews and 2-3 bad reviews, but in the bad reviews, you respond saying, hey, you are not a customer. I don't remember it. Please reach out to us if you're a customer.
Yep.
Something like that. People understand that competitors do that all the time, all of that, right? But if you have 47 great reviews and 2 or 3 bad reviews, people will oversee it. You're still ranking and you'll get the jobs. End of the day, we have to also have this human element into it. We can't always do everything automated technology, Google, right? That's what there's an education portion to rank and also rank and rent can be very passive, but
Yep.
it's end of the day, you're still a human being is going to start paying you rent for their website
Yeah.
or GBP, right?
Correct.
And that human being has human problems, human emotions. You know how it is, right? So
Yeah.
you have to become like a coach to coach them, like a consultant to consult them, all of that. Then it becomes easier.
Oh
That's
yeah.
where most
Because
people struggle. Yeah,
it's a common thing. Like if there is something good, the people they don't care to give a positive reviews. But if something is bad,
exactly.
they're gonna make sure the negative reviews should actually go through
Yeah,
for that person. I don't know.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
technical aspects for the GBP. One more time, the last thing is basically what kind of things a person has to get optimized. Eh, I'm talking about the, like a maybe normal guy like a plumber or dentist. What kind of things they need to actually optimize their GBP so that it can rank better in SERPs?
If it's a rank and rent, see if you can get at least part of a keyword in the GMB name.
Okay.
Can be tough, but okay. And then if it's a local or rank and rent, everything else, fill out when you open up a GBP in the dashboard, whatever Google has fields, fill it out as much as possible. There's a reason Google has all those fields. So definitely, like you said, description, right? Don't keyword stuff it, but put some 1 or 2 keywords in it if you can. One thing a lot of people may not know is they put their category, but you can add secondary categories.
Okay, so second, yes.
Yeah, so lawyer may be the primary, lawyer may actually have personal injury, immigration lawyer, he can do 3 multiple services, right? HVAC guy could be AC repair, like fill out the secondary categories. Google has in photos, right? Exterior photos, interior photos, put accordingly as much as you can. We geotag them also. Okay, you need to do all that, but all that. We don't do posting all the time, but sometimes for some websites we do once a week, twice a week GMB posting. Okay. Fill out the hours. I don't know if you know, after the most recent GMB update, we've noticed the hours open and close is also a ranking factor.
Yep.
right? So fill it out. If you rank on that site, and if you can put 24 hours, put 24 hours, right? Within reason, you work with your contract or whatever. Fill out as much as possible over there, okay? LGBTQ friendly, minority owned, all of those things, if possible, as much as you possible. Fill those out when it comes to GMB optimization. Okay, that's what I would say.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. That's a very good pointers actually. From the top to the bottom, we try to cover. So the rise of the AI, it's been going on like crazy at the moment. So with the rise of AI and machine learning, I mean, like, how do you think Google's algorithm for search engine and GBP will change over the time?
Google, again, end of the day, is a for-profit organization, right? If you've been long time, I think you've been long time in SEO. We've seen from 7-pack to 3-pack, and now local ads and GMP ads and all of that.
They are getting introduced.
One thing when it comes to local is, at least in my testing, and we do this all the time, there is no duplicate content penalty. I have websites with duplicate content ranking. I can show you real companies with the same content in all location pages ranking and all that. When it comes to the future, and we have a mastermind with about 100 people now. Every 3 months, we bring in people, we take in the batches. We want to see where the world is going and be aligned with it.
Yes.
The way I see Google, as much as I'm in local SEO and rank and rent, I am not putting 100% of my eggs in that. Because the way it's Google, I don't want to put 100% of my income in there. What happened if Google, something happened, right? So with AI going, you want to be aligned with where it is. Google is a mess right now in terms of it's struggling. They had the Gemini fiasco and all that. They're trying to figure out ChatGPT is taking over. If you just every day read an hour or half an hour, follow some people on Twitter, YouTube, and AI, and you can see where the trend is going and all that. Google algorithm, I am pretty sure the way, not just the algorithm will change, I don't know how it will change, right? Nobody knows that.
Yep.
But human behavior, I will know will change. I know in China right now, a lot of people there, first of all, there's no Google in China, it's Baidu and something else. Okay. But even search, not just in China, even the newer generation, my daughter is 12 years old, my two daughters, 12 and 8. Even for local searches, they go and they search TikTok.
Yeah.
They don't search Google.
There is no Google in China. They have got I don't remember the name.
Baidu and something
Baidu,
else.
something like that is over there. It's quite struggle. I've been there.
So you want to video is big now. TikTok is I don't know if it will be banned in US or not, but it's even for local search. I leave you with this. There's reading this article the other day. This guy, he travels to China to see his aunt from the US.
Yep.
And he says he's never seen anybody with a Safari in their phone. There's no, on the phone, nobody's searching the web internet through a web page outside the work.
Yep. Okay.
It's all through apps.
Oh yeah.
And his aunt was looking for a local in his local city. She wanted to renew her license or something. Okay. And she did not go to her internet. She searched for a local influencer in the city who talks about how to renew the license. This is the steps.
Oh yeah.
So that's how, so not just the algorithm, AI is bringing the way humans are interacting is changing. Yeah. And so now I am looking into voice search and video search and all of that things, it is becoming, you have to be aligned with I don't know how it's going to change, but I know it's going to change and I want to be aligned with the future. That's all.
Oh yeah, no, it's crazy. So last few questions is like the CTR booster kind of software. Are you a fan of these kind of things as well? The CTR,
which one, sorry?
The CTR booster to actually go and manipulate the clicks and all that.
CTR, I've tested it. At least in my testing, Rohin, it'll work. When you stop, it'll go back down.
Oh yeah, okay.
Right. So I don't use that a lot. Maybe it works. I haven't tried it a lot also, but that's it in my testing. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. And just last, or maybe actually another question I want to ask is the local link building strategy for local SEO. What are the main strategies you use in your agency?
To build the website?
Not to build the website, the local linking strategy, the off-page signals.
Linking. Oh, yeah. Okay. Again, website, main thing, do a keyword research, put up as much content as possible, as many pages as possible, all that.
Yep.
I do a lot of interlinking
Yep. Okay.
from homepage to service page, location page, in the website itself, interlinking.
Mhm.
I also do something called outbound authority links. So if I'm putting a tree service in Chicago, I'll do interlinking, but then I'll also link from tree service to, the anchor text is tree service, then I link to maybe a tree service Wikipedia page, something like that.
Yep.
I link from anchor text Chicago or something to a Chicago city government page,
Got
right?
it.
Outbound authority link.
Yep.
That's when it comes to interlinking.
Okay.
Put some map embeds, GMB embed, all of that stuff.
Yep.
Um,
Off page.
yeah, off page, I use citations and social profiles to build trust, what I call build trust.
Yep.
In the local, I'm still heavy on PBNs.
Okay.
And I've tested guest posts and niche edits and all of that. End of the day, what I realized is Google is a bot.
Same as me.
Algorithm. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All these names, man-made names, guest post, niche edits, PBNs. These are man-made names. But Google is a website linking to you.
Yes.
So the reason I use PBNs, if you do them right, is if you can buy a expired domain, an auction domain that has a lot of backlinks going, and from that page you link to you, that link juice is pushed, the power is pushed. Whereas a guest post, even if it's a guest post in a high domain authority 90 DA site, they're putting a brand new page and linking to you. That brand new page has no backlinks, no power. It doesn't move the needle much. So I'm still on PBNs.
So, the only difference between the PBNs and obviously in the PBNs also we're putting up the fresh articles, but because we set those PBNs up in the homepage style kind of a themes, this is why the link juice flows very nicely to the domains. Whereas with the other one, see, I still feel sometimes the guest post or niche edits are okay sometimes to build out the topical and geo relevancy signals. But yes, the real power is actually with the PBNs. I use PBNs. I even use it for my own projects as well. It just works great. It's a fabulous thing to do. Okay. So just the very final $1 million question for the day. I always ask it to everyone, like, how do you go about attract new leads for your agency? I know you've got a successful digital marketing agency as well. So how do you go about getting new leads for it?
I am 60-70% on rank and rent, 30-40% on local leads. Okay. I mean, local SEO clients.
Yep.
For rank and rent, we do a due diligence. We have our own strategy method of finding the low-hanging fruits. Then we reach out to them, and then we put up a website and all that.
Yes. Okay.
For local leads, I have a Facebook group. As I teach, sometimes people come and say, hey, can you do the website for me? The other day, a locksmith reached out to me, stuff like that.
Yes.
Recently, last couple of weeks, we started a cold email and a Facebook ad campaign targeting one specific niche. We are seeing some good results there. One of my goals for the next 6 months of the year is to grow that in that specific niche, is one niche, that local SEO agency, just through Facebook ads and cold email. We just started that now, to be honest.
Oh, good. Yeah, I never knew that cold emails still work that great in US, because unless and until we are putting out a pitch in a different fashion. For example, if you're just asking them to, hey, do you want a video audit for your website? No obligation video audit. So in that case, yes, it is good, but I don't know, it is not.
That's the pretty much strategy. You got the strategy we use. So we reach out with that video. Yeah. Those who reply yes, we add the real good value in the video. Yeah. Okay. And then again, it's the fortunes in the follow-up.
Yes. Yes. Right?
You have to 2, 3, 4, 5 times. We closed one client in that niche. She's given a verbal yes on Saturday. She'll probably pay the invoice today. A month and a half of follow-up. Now, not every client you need 1 month and a half follow-ups. Yeah. But you have to follow up with people 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Yeah. No, it's a super one. And you guys use GHL in your agency? Yes. Okay. Go high level. We have so the follow-up is also not always calling and saying, can you start, right?
Messaging.
It's a combination of email, add value. Hey, the 3 things to optimize your website. Another email that says, here is a customer in your industry who helped traffic go from here to here, revenue go from here, So over time, she's like, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about.
Oh, yeah. That's less spectacle actually about the thing.
Education-based marketing. That's what I'm big on that.
And GHL is actually very good into that. Now,
Yes.
thanks for that, Saravanan. It's actually the very good nuggets you actually spill out in the video, and there are many things which I personally learned from you. And yeah, still follow your Facebook groups, watch your lives as well, and they are just next level. So anyone who really want to know more about you and want any kind of a trainings from you, is that your Facebook group or is there anywhere else like on LinkedIn, Twitter, or somewhere?
Easiest way is go search on YouTube for Saravanan Ganesh. You'll find my YouTube channel. And in every YouTube channel in the body, we have a link to the Facebook group. It's a
Okay.
free Facebook group. You can join and go from there. Yeah.
No worries. I'll definitely put it on the Facebook group URL up here as well in the video description. So yeah, no,
Absolutely.
thanks for that, sir. I really appreciate all the
Thank
time.
you. No, this was a great talk. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Thank you so
was
much. I appreciate that.
all right. Thanks for that. Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Bye.